shit, okay, I can move.
Hello? Hello? I need an ambulance. Can you hear me? I need help. What had happened? This cold. The darkness around me. I was usually not afraid of the dark. But there, on that day, I remembered I had a matchbox somewhere in my jacket. The urge to light a match was growing with every new chill running down my spine.
In my pocket I found a box of matches. I could get some light using... I couldn't forget that sound. Once inside the house, I tried to use the phone to call for help. The answer was scrambled and unintelligible. As the chill went down my spine, the entrance door locked itself behind me. That woman with dark hair was dominating the room. Hoping to find more, but I had to make do with what I got. I guess it makes sense. I just wanted to get that conflict which is not comforting at all. Suppose it was locked on this thing. Bedside book. William is 7 today. He's with Henry running after the servants in the garden dressed up like monsters from space. Games are always games. The mansion is always upside down. Their yells gave me an awful headache. I'm now cloistered in this office and I even pray. Henry fantasies keep William away from his great destiny. I have to bring him back to me, as this will be my only chance to make a man out of him. To make him embrace the Venter Cross legacy, to show him the way. Henry is a dreamer and he has no ambition whatsoever. He can't teach him anything. Behind every great man there is a great woman. Nonsense. Women should be the one in the front line. This is where the opposite brought us. I have no illusion about how little power power the world is leaving in the hands of women. But William is young. He is the future. I will act through him, and may night finally fall upon this house. May William stop running after deceiving lights and find the place he deserves in this world. Thanks. William dressed into the old tradition. Seeing the woman with the church candle, I was wondering where God was. Possible old science books. Well, that's hilarious. It's midnight in the game, it's midnight here. August 21st, 1911. Suffocating in its useless illumination and frills, the mansion doesn't have the greatness befitting a fortune like the Vespers. It's the work of a degenerate romantic. It's like a stain in this century. I ordered the flower beds in the east of the garden to be removed. They made moving around complicated, and in summer their scent was unbearable. I didn't talk about it to Henry, and he was quite upset. For the first time, I think I saw something like rage in his eyes. For a few seconds, he did look like a man, and then he shut himself back in his melancholy and played the piano all afternoon. His jazz again, his stupid music which reeks of debauchery and misery. locked. No matter, I needed help, and it was in there. The mountains landscape couldn't soothe me. Sweet. How do I put it away? I forgot I did that. Now, one thing I do know about this game is that they said that there are ghosts. Doesn't help. That light keeps them away. Well, they're not really consistent with that. Apparently, it's only electrical light that keeps them away, but my maps can't. So, go figure. I can't go through that door, so I'm going to have to go through here. What's over here? Archer looks comfy. I could get some rest and save my progress. Well, that's nice to know.
Are you there?
Okay. As I woke up, I had recovered from strength. I could run using square. Sweet! The time came when we stopped counting. We stopped counting how many companies closed in the past 9 years, how many unemployed and families ended up in the streets, forced to live in the slums around our cities. We stopped counting all the commodities wasted because nobody could buy them, thrown to the sea, or burnt. We stopped counting how many of our business partners fell with us. It was 9 years ago, on October 29th, 1929, born from the sick and speculative belly of America, the crash would throw the world into the storm and darkness. We are still here, but we lost faith. And we stopped counting because these were just figures. Because today, they make us feel nauseous. Dawn seemed far at the time, and today some think they can see the sunrise. They seem to forget night and darkness are always out there somewhere. Okay, well, if I can run now, that means... okay.
Help me.
Who was it? Or what was it? In my world, women didn't glow like the moon. And they didn't walk through doors either.
It's a real
I had to be more badly wounded than I thought.
Saw a surreal woman crossing the doors like plumes of smoke. Her out of this world beauty was extraordinary. Was it my imagination? Was she the girl on the road? That would explain why there was no body. Good chick. Oh. Oh shit. Too many of us, the political equality we once had was meaningless in the face of economic inequality. A small group had concentrated into their own hands and almost complete control over other people's property, other people's money, other people's labor, other people's lives. For too many of us, life was no longer free, liberty no longer real, and they could no longer follow the pursuit of happiness. Against economic tyranny such as this, the American citizen could appeal only to the organized power of the government, or of government. The collapse of 1929 showed up this despotism for what it was. The election of 1932 was the people mandates ended. Under that mandate, it is being ended. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I'm so tired. Father ordered several leather club chairs from a Quincy craftsman. They are perfect. It is one of the few places where I can rest and think. Margaret wouldn't touch them, and I have no idea why. Maybe because they are marked with a sun, which made her blind. I don't know. I am just happy they are here. Thank you, Father. I remember the smell, full tobacco, fresh enough to fill the room. Glamorous crimson lipstick. A wife's? A lover's? A touch of femininity was stark contrast with mess in the room, not with the glass and ashtrays, though. The globe was covered with scribbles. Look around using cheerlearity, whatever the hell that is. Gramophone could only play songs.
I decided to accept her presence. After all, from all those weird things I had seen that night, she was the only one who hadn't tried to kill me.
Well, nothing else has tried to kill me yet. Dearest William, you wanted to know more about me. Last time I didn't tell you everything. The letter will make up for this when I arrived in California in 1930. I'm only 18. This is a marvelous place, and the weather is so nice. I spent hours on the beach, astonished to see how brown my Norwegian skin can become. In the evening, I hang near the jazz clubs. In the afternoon, I watch people play on the beach, humming the tunes I heard the night before. Sometimes I try to sing louder in the waves. That's a good exercise. My English is quickly improving thanks to the American song I already know and also at the time. I am barely aware of the social misery that is devouring your country. I am young. I want to be beautiful, to meet people my age, and to sing. In Los Angeles, at the Spice Club, I meet the members of a jazz band. They are talented and funny. We play at nights. I forget about the hour and about my parents. They even call the police. At the end of the night, musicians tell me that they are looking for a singer and that they want me. I can hardly believe it. Have you ever felt that you finally belong somewhere? It feels fantastic. Happy day for you.
This thing looked like it was reaching out from some fairy tale. The kind of stories in which kids get devoured by some witch in a dark forest. Was it real?
It looked real.
Delusion or not, I tried not to think about it. Only a madman can think mad things.
That was like, oh god, that was. I'm gonna go this way. You know, because reasons. By reasons, I mean fuck that. That was like so much nope, so much like that. I shit myself. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to make him sit down, and I will call it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed somewhat of this so far. It's a bit boring at the start, but that fucking go. Oh my god, I'm done for now. Have a good night.